Hey, before we continue with the video, don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications. That way you get notified every time we go live. And don't forget, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Help support the channel. It's a small fee. And of course, you help us and grow. If you hate the Macums, smash that like button. Let's get to as many as we can so we can keep the channel growing. Now, back to the video. Everybody, welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We got some news. Welcome to the NUFC Daily News Show here on NUFC Talk TV. According to the Telegraph, the new stadium plans have been leaked. Newcastle United, by the way, follow us on NUFC Talk TV at NUFC Talk TV on all of our social media platforms. We've posted this. Our social media manager, Connor, always on the dot, getting the news as quick as they come. And he is basically just sharing that Newcastle is close into agreeing to building a new stadium rather than expanding the current stadium right now. The report says that the club's board are getting closer to recommending to Newcastle's Saudi Arabian owners that the best option for their stadium expansion is the construction of a 1.2 billion new home with a capacity of just under 70,000 seats. Now, is that going to be enough? Well, that's going to be a subject for a debate on one of our late night panel debate shows. So stay tuned for those, of course. Tonight, 9 p.m., the match preview for Arsenal and Newcastle United. But besides that, this is shared by the Telegraph, and don't know that 70,000 is going to be enough, but I think it might be for some folks. The fact of the matter is that the club looks to be leaning towards a new stadium, and this stadium that you see on your screen, unfortunately, might just come to a demise. I hate to say it because I really want to be there. I wanted, even though we build a new stadium, I would like St. James's Park to stand. That way, we can, I don't know, and instead of demolishing it all the way to the ground as soon as we can, I think we should wait. But sentimentality aside, this looks like it's going to be the new kind of footprint that we're looking at, what has been leaked. So Leisure Park will be, according to this, we're going to take some of that ground. And so as you see right there, the estimated location will be there, basically on Barrack Road. It would be the ideal situation, to be fair. So you don't have to, mess with the listed buildings that you see right there on this end. And look, man, I think this would be the most ideal situation right now. I don't know. Obviously, you don't want to take as much green space as you want, but only as you can. And I think that's going to be what the city council might be just willing to give up. As you see on the bottom is the St. James's Park Metro Station. You got the listed buildings on over there on the right. And I mean, look, it looks great, and the fact that this is being leaked, this possible information, that's what might be proposed to the owners. I think that's going to be great, because it stays in the tune, no issues there, and I think everybody's happy because you still need to get a bigger capacity. Now that's going to be a question whether we can fill up a 70,000 seater stadium or 80,000. I think that should be the maximum, to be fair. But I'm one of the proponents that I believe 80,000 is good, but at the end of the day, who knows, man? I think maybe 70,000 might be just what the safe area for Toon fans. Right now, I believe it's 55, 52, some people say, somewhere around there. And 54, actually, I heard 54,000 at one point. So it's around that area. So you're adding, a substantial amount of seats. Let me know. What do you think? Is that going to be enough for Toon fans? Or maybe an 80,000 would be great. At the end of the day, it looks like that is what's being leaked out there by the Telegraph. So we shall wait and see what happens with that. Moving on to some other news before we close shop. Obviously, Eddie Howe this morning. By the way, thank you for the ones that joined in for the press conference live reaction, and also we posted the video form of the press conference of Eddie Howe, the highlights without the questions that have nothing to do with this, with what's important. And he did give us an update as well as far as injury update. He said Joey had a knee brace on as a precaution. I would say he is a doubt, but we will give him every chance to be fit. Our center midfield, we have good strength in depth. Sean Longstaff, Lewis Miley, and Joe Willock, they all bring something different to the table, he said. But obviously, they would rather wait for Joe Linton to be ready. I think it might be a little bit of mind games when it comes to Joe Linton. He might be ready, he might not. We just don't know right now at this moment. But you wouldn't, take out the fact that Eddie might just be wanting to play mind games with the opposition. To be fair, I personally don't think it does anything for the opposition. I think Arteta is going to plan having Joe Linton there. If not, then better for him. So I don't believe that secrecy does anything, to be honest. But that's neither here nor there. Everybody's got their own beliefs. As far as Callum Wilson is concerned, he said that he's gonna be. They're gonna monitor him. He might be ready. He might not. So there are doubts, basically. My personal opinion when it comes to Callum Wilson, I don't expect him to play. And so based on that, I don't get my hopes up that he can be, because he's a talented center forward, but he's never available. So what's the point of worrying about what he can do on the pitch if he's never available? So that's why I don't really pay attention to Callum Wilson. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, well, it'll just be another stripe to the tiger, as we call it in Spanish. What can we say? He gets injured one more time. It is what it is, isn't it? Let me know in the comment section what you think, though, about this situation. So Harvey Barnes and Jamal Lascelles definitely missing this Wednesday matchup against Arsenal. So that's a fact. They're discarded, and of course Miguel Almiron and Lloyd Kelly left the tune already, so they cannot be counted on. Moving on to more news, the Northumbria police spokesman said about reports of the Joe Willock incident and on social media, racial abuse that we never condone, should never be condoned anywhere in this society. The Northumbria police spokesman said shortly after 9 p.m. on Saturday, we received a number of complaints about a post on social media. As a result, an investigation is ongoing. We want to make it clear we condemn all forms of discrimination. So they're investigating what's happening. Hopefully they do find the culprits and eliminate them as they get to them and give them the full extent of the law. Ban them, sack them, whatever we need to do to keep them away and make an example out of them for certain. Moving on next, just to mention that Huntley joins Spennymoor Town on loan. He's been with the academy since he was 8, and this loan spell marks his first time away from the club. Huntley trained with the first team ahead of the Magpies Champions League match against Paris in November 23 and was named on the substitutes bench. He joined Spennymoor team that is currently 12th in the National League North, and everyone at the club, of course, wishes him the best. So we'll see what happens with that young kid. We certainly need the academy to do better because we don't have the material to work from. So we will see what happens. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button, become a member if you can, help us support the channel, but definitely smash the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications, that way you get notified once we put up a video or go live, usually at night. So thank you so much for your support. This is Chris, the American Mag. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.